For today's random music lesson, I want to talk about tambourines. It's not something people usually dedicate a lesson to, but tambourines and shakers and all of those things, you hear how loud they are? They're very loud in person. You wouldn't want it near your ear. You know what I mean? They're creating what's called sibilance. It's a very hissing, bright sound, right? Years ago, I read that if you're recording in a studio and you're recording tambourines and shakers and things like that, what you're up against is that the high pitch of it, okay? The high pitch of it is so instantaneous that it sends a hot, high signal to your recording medium before the needle can react, okay? So what happens is sound engineers, especially live, they think that they need to turn it up. They turn up the gain on the mic, and sometimes you'll see singers right up to the microphone with that tambourine. Don't do that, all right? That tambourine can be back here, and that microphone's still gonna pick it up, okay? In fact, I would wager that even if there was no microphone, you would still hear a tambourine. Watch, I'm gonna go in the other room, and I'll play it. Did you hear it? It's loud and bright. What happens is the sound engineer, if he has the old-fashioned needle, the LED needle moving, he'll look at it and go, "Oh, it's not bright." But what's happening is the needle is not reacting fast enough for how fast this is, like a gunshot. So don't put your tambourines right up to the microphone, all right? It's too loud. I prefer tambourines that don't have a head on it. They don't have a skin. Did you ever see a tambourine that has the head on it? That's the definition of a drum. That's not a tambourine, that's a drum. And I don't like the sound of it. I'm not afraid nowadays to cut the head right off of that thing. When I was younger, I didn't want to, what I would call, damage an item like that. But after watching The Who throughout their career, whenever they play the song Sparks, Roger Daltrey has 2 tambourines. And he works it, and you see what happens. Look, at the end of this one, the head goes flying and hits the poor bass player who he's minding his own business, but the head hits him. If you shop for a tambourine nowadays, there are tons of choices with no head. It's great. Meinl makes great ones. I prefer Rhythm Tech. It's what I use on my drum set. Just a pure tambourine sound. So let's see what it sounds like. Let's see what the tambourine sounds like without the head on it, but in context, right? Everything musical has to be in context. By itself, that doesn't sound good. But when you put it in context of bass and drums, then it works. So let's add some bass and drums and see what it sounds like. I think that sounds nice and smooth. I like it. Hey, while I have you, check this out. I have all these percussion toys here, right? I found this pot lid at a local secondhand store, okay? But when I hit it, it sounds like a $300 Zildjian church bell. Like I could start a Metallica song. You know what I mean? I could open my own boxing ring. Or Pink Floyd. Doesn't Pink Floyd have a song that starts with the bell? High Hopes. So this ended up costing me like 50 cents. I saved $300 on that. Oh, I dropped it. Try to take care of your pot lids. Don't be dropping them all over the floor. This was another random music lesson. Woo! Too old for that shit. All right, let's do the real take.